Good afternoon. I don't know, I think it's about 5 o'clock. And yeah, lots happening here. So Joy was in the ER yesterday for about 7 hours. She was having some troubles the day before, and she was with her PCA yesterday. And she said she felt better, but Jenny, her PCA, just wanted me to know. So she had just gotten her lab work done yesterday for, she's on warfarin. Anyway, all that turned out fine. She's fine. And she's fine. But Jenny said that, I'm glad she told me that Joy said that she just wanted me to know about that, which I'm grateful because, a lot of people won't say when they don't feel good. And so I'm glad she told me. But anyway, I called Health Partners and I said, listen, she had this, and my mom's 94. I know I have a lot of new followers, and I'm going to do an updated video soon about my whole story, why I'm in a van, what my story is. I don't know if I could fit that all in one video. But anyway, so they ended up taking a lab when she was there. I was going to have her go to urgent care, but they're like, you know what, just send her to the ER because, my mom has AFib. So if she's at the urgent care, they'll just send her to the ER anyway. We've had that happen like 3 times. And so then they took a blood test and her enzymes were high. And so they had to wait around for 2 more hours to retake the test. And so then the labs were good. And then Jenny, her PCA, because they're usually done by like 6 o'clock, and Jenny stayed with her till 8, and Jenny had no cell service. So I was like, what's going on? And, she couldn't write me back. So I was stressed out and, nervous. And then they were leaving. Well, I asked my daughter Jessie and her partner if they could go there just to make sure, what was going on. And so they got there, and it was snowing in Minnesota, I guess, quite a bit. They got it there right when they were leaving. Jenny had written me and she goes, oh, we're out now. And I said, well, Jesse's going to be right there, and she can take my mom home. And my mom was starving, so they went and got Culver's. And then they were like, well, she should see her, her cardiologist. She has not seen her cardiologist in 3 years since she was in the hospital for AFib when I took her to urgent care that one time when she couldn't breathe. And then she ended up in the hospital for like a week and a half. But made a doctor's appointment this morning, and she wasn't answering the phone. And so I was so worried about her. And thank God Jesse's partner Bailey was off today, and she could go see my mom. So I must have called my mom, I swear, 45 times. And she finally picked up about 10:15 because I got her into her doctor. She had an 11:30 appointment open today. Other than that, she wasn't open till the 26th. So got Joy in, and she checked everything, and she said she should see her cardiologist just to make sure that her, all of her medication is correct and everything, because it's been so long. And then, she asked if anything else was going on. And my mom's been under a lot of stress for the past year, just like me. And so they think it was anxiety. So they're putting her on anxiety medication, which, if you don't know, I'm going off my anxiety medication. And I'm to the point now where it's like I take half a pill one day and then not the next day. I'm at the very end. And it's tough to withdraw from that stuff. But I tell you what, it helped me through one of the worst times of my life. So I truly believe in medication like that. And like I said, if I go off it and I need it again, I'll go back on it. But I'm just going to see, what happens. Anyway, but the whole reason why I came on here really was because me and the neighbor were just talking. And we were just talking about stories, like as you get older and all this stuff. And so I thought I'd give you a story time, because I just told him, and I was like, oh, it's such a good story. So my dad came from a large family. My mom was an only child, and my grandma was a single mom. And so this was back in the Depression. And I think we started telling Joy's story, and Joy's story, my mom, I call her Joy just because you guys know her as Joy. And no disrespect, people always write and say, oh, that's so disrespectful. No, it's not. Joy and I have a great relationship. Joy, she doesn't care, you know. It just isn't a big deal. Anyway, so my mom was an only child and always wished she had siblings. That's why she had 6 kids. And then my dad came from a big family. Was it 8 or 9? I'm trying to think. So my Aunt Eleanor was the funniest woman you've ever met. My Aunt Eleanor, my Aunt Gert, and my grandma, my dad's mom, they were all hilarious, okay? And then were there 8 brothers or 7 brothers? So I'm trying to think of all the uncles. Okay, so there was my dad, Uncle Frank, Uncle Jim, Uncle Sonny, Uncle, oh gosh, I know too many uncles to remember, and I'm getting old. But anyway, 8 or 9 of them, okay? But I'm going to talk about my Aunt Eleanor, and I'm going to tell you this story. So, my Aunt Eleanor and my Uncle Ray were married, and my Uncle Ray, oh, nicest guy ever, and so handsome. Honestly, I'll tell you what, and I'm not like surface level anything, but yeah, my Aunt Eleanor she looked like my dad in a woman, you know, but again, oh, the best personality, the best, it's just funny. And they were married, and they were so in love, and they had kids, and then they had Denny. And Denny had complications when he was born, and he was born with cerebral palsy, okay? And Denny wasn't supposed to live. I think they gave him like a lifespan till he was like 11, something like that. And my Uncle Ray ended up passing away in his 50s. And so, and here's the thing, they never put Denny in a home. They all just treated him like he was, you know, a normal kid. And the brothers, my dad and his brothers, would go over there all the time and just sit and talk and laugh. I mean, they had their own problems, believe me, but the brothers were always like, you know, guys, it's like you're not close like that, but then when they got together, and they knew, like, Denny couldn't talk, like, verbally, like, express words, but they had their own language, and they knew what he was saying, and he knew what they were saying, and my Aunt Eleanor, like, knew what he was saying when he talked, and they would go over, and so Denny slept on the floor because it was just more comfortable for him to sleep there, because, you know, his bones were kind of, what is it called, you know, when they kind of shrivel when you don't use them. Cannot think of that word right now. So my Aunt Eleanor just passed away like 3 years ago. And it was like, and they were in the same house where we grew up, you know, in the same neighborhood. And he never went to see a doctor, because she knew if she brought him to see a doctor that they would want to take him away from her and, you know, say put him in a home or whatever. And it was just them two. But then, you know, the kids helped out. You know, they would come over and watch Denny while one of them took her grocery shopping and stuff. And I think Aunt Eleanor was about 90 or something. Yeah, it had to be about that. And that was, like I said, 3 or 4 years ago. So hard with time, you know. But she took care of him until then. And he would lay on the floor and she would give him a bottle, like a baby bottle, of booze every night. I mean, because that helped him, like, relax and sleep. And, you know, he had adult diapers and she would change his diapers. Like, you know, no big deal. You're the mom. You do whatever you need to do for your kids. And like I said, they were living for each other. Like, one didn't want to die because they knew if the one died that the other one would. because they were like that close. And so like, I think they were both hanging on for each other. And then my aunt finally had to go into a nursing home. You know, she had some health problems. And then her daughter took Denny, her and her husband, and my Aunt Eleanor, I guess, my mom went to visit her, and, you know, she was joking with the people. It was like she finally, like, not finally, like, it wasn't a sacrifice for her, you know, to take care of Denny, but she got to, like, be around people and laugh and joke and be social, you know, and just rest and have people, like, you know, bring her food to her and stuff. And then she passed away. And then like 2 or 3 years later, Denny passed away. But I guess he, like, they set him up by the window, and he would, like, you know, look out the window and stuff like that. And just a happy guy. We would go over there, like, that was normal to us. Do you know what I mean? We'd be like, hey, Denny, you know? I mean, they just treated him like he was part of the family. It was just all normal to us. And you know, and like I said, she never brought him to a doctor or hospital because she knew that they would want to take him away. And he was only supposed to live till he was like 11. And I think he lived to be like 73, something like that. And I said to Ron, that's what love could do, you know? And just going through a lot lately. A lot of good things. There's a lot of good things happening in my life. A lot. But, you know, I just want to remind you, you know, I'm not on here, like I said, I don't care about the follower count and stuff like that. I just want people to know, I just don't understand people sometimes, like greed and being mean to people. Like, that's a choice. Do you know what I mean? I get it that some people have shitty lives and stuff like that, and it's just a response to that. But I just don't understand treating people, especially someone like your mom, who's always been amazing to you. You know, how you can treat people so awful. And like I said, especially because of greed or because of, like, what ideologies and stuff like that, you know, we're all like, think we're right, and we all want other people to think exactly like we think. And I tell you what, that's not going to save us. That is not going to save us. It only just puts us apart. But it's love that's going to, like, save us all. And it saved Denny. I mean, that was the only reason why he lived, because everybody loved him so much and just treated him like normal. And he was just well taken care of. It just was unconditional love. And I hope that if you have people in your life that don't treat you like that treat you like you're a burden, or, you know, not nice to you, if you feel like you're walking on eggshells and have to tiptoe around them, then please just let them go. I know it's hard sometimes. Listen, I've been through it. But in the end, you're just wasting time. So, the message here, I guess, is just, if you have people like that, just cut bait. I know you think it's hard sometimes, but when you're on the other side of cutting bait and letting that go, there's so much freedom on the other side. It's kind of like getting in a van, you know? I just cut bait from the life that wasn't working for me anymore. And I was willing to, I wasn't afraid. I've told you this before. I was more afraid not to leave than I was to leave. Didn't matter what was out there. I would rather deal with that than live the life that I was living. So, yeah, I just told Ron that story, and I just thought I'd tell you, like I said when I said, love saved them. And that's the only thing that's going to save us. So anyway, okay, I'm gonna go. Keith's helping a guy. Keith's so nice. He's helping a guy, Randy, with his TV. And Ron had to get his car fixed, brought it to the place, the really great place that I brought mine to. They're from Canada, and he had to get a new catalytic converter. But thank God he found out now before they drove home and dragged their trailer. So I brought him up there to pick up his truck. And so, yeah, that's what we do here at the Wrinkle Ranch. We all support each other unconditionally. So I hope you have people like that in your life. You only need one. You don't need many. So, okay, I'm going to let you go. You know what to do. Go out. Make an adventure, no matter how big or how small. You do not have to sell everything and move into a van. That is not, I always tell you, it's not about the van. It's about the girl in the van. Go call someone you love. Do it. Call someone you love that you know loves you back. And tell them that you love them, as Joy says. And Joy will be fine. Joy will do great. Yeah. I got an eye on her. We have a village. Al, for Valentine's Day, Al, you know, Al's my friend. He goes over to talk to my mom, and he was going to bring her flowers and White Castle sliders for Valentine's Day. He goes, I think she's ghosting me. I said, she's in the ER. And then Jesse and Bailey were so wonderful and taking care of her. And yeah, so Joy will be great. We have a village. We have a village, and we all love each other. And that's all we want to do is, like, we just want the best for each other. Okay? And don't you dare. Because I think that's what happens, why we lose, like, that thing of love. Because you forget that you're magic. But you're not the only one that is magic. Everybody is. And so don't treat other people like they're not magic. Okay? Treat everybody like they're magic, because we all are. And don't forget it. Okay? Okay. I will see you in the next one. Oh, yeah, and I forgot to tell you, too. Squirrel! Monkey! We heard about Keith and Diane. They just put the boat in, and I guess there's a storm coming this weekend. So we're going to go next Tuesday. So that's when we're going to go on the boat. So we have a plan, which is good because I have an e-bike to review. And, yeah, get that done. Okay, I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.